Yeah, he's a reliable goal scorer.
Well, you know he's going to score your goals. You know, he got the Golden Boot last year,
yep.
And regardless of how they're doing, he will always score. If they lose, he'll score. So when they're keeping clean sheets, when they're putting performances in like they've been putting in, you know, they've always got a chance. And 6 wins in their last 6 games, you can't argue with that.
No, we won't argue with that, frankly. Why would we? On to an unrolling, certain story, I think it's fair to say, for Southend. Obviously, Phil Brown relieved of his duties. Kevin Mayer, a club legend as a player, appointed as head coach. Of course, he finished his playing career at Dagenham and Redbridge, and in inevitable twist of fate, those two met this weekend with Michael McCann on hand.
Kevin Mayer's reign begins with Southend outside the bottom 3 on goal difference, with reports suggesting he might soon be joined by Stan Collymore behind the scenes. The Shrimpers are facing the threat of a 3rd straight relegation, and were behind here shortly after half-time when Mohamed Sagaf scored his first goal for the Daggers. Just 4 minutes later, and it was 2-0, Sam Ming's first in his 2nd spell for the club since rejoining in the summer after 4 years at Leighton Hall. The home side were to have a 3rd goal in 6 minutes, and Ming scored his 2nd header of the afternoon, showing they weren't missing top scorer Paul McCowan, who was out suspended. 6th loss in 7 for Southend, the Daggers back on top.
Yeah, it was a great atmosphere first and foremost. I thought it's the biggest crowd we've had since I've been here. And they're very noisy, both sets of fans, and it was a very, very good performance myself.
Disappointing to lose the game first and foremost, but you know the players did give us everything they had. Going into half time at 0-0, I know we were stretched quite a bit.
Stockport travelled to Notts County chasing a 4th win in a row, but it was the Magpies who led 9 minutes into the second half. Carl Wotton's deflected effort, his 6th goal of the season, and his first in his last 6. County doubled their money when Frank Vincent stroked in his first career goal to all but confirm a 4th home win in 5 for the Flying Magpies. In stoppage time, Stockport had a spot kick though, as Conor Rawlinson fouled Anthony Sarcevic. Ben Whitfield stepped up to open his account for Stockport, but couldn't stop a win for County, who are now 1 point off the top 7. Altrincham new victory at Eastleigh could take them as high as 5th, and the Robins were flying in just the 5th minute here, thanks to Jake Malt's clever finish. The Spitfires had scored 11 goals in their last 4 home matches, so it was unsurprising when they equalised soon after the break. Substitute Danny Hollands with his first goal since February 2020. Tom Whelan's fine free kick just after the hour mark made it comeback complete. Eastleigh still unbeaten at Silver Lake since the opening weekend.
Yeah, terrific free kick from Tom Whelan. We'll come back to that because it's worth another look. But let's start with 2 teams you know pretty well, Dagenham and Southend. From a Dagenham point of view, back on track, Darryl McMahon's side today.
Yeah, definitely. They've lost 3 games in a row in the league from being top of the division and having a brilliant start. Darryl would have been desperate to get a win on the board, and, you know, they've done it in an emphatic style today.
Yeah, good goals, if you like, kind of professional performance, seeing off, obviously, a Southend team now in transition under Kevin Mayer and plenty going on off the pitch. Bit too easy, some of those goals, maybe, from Kev's point of view.
Yeah, disappointing that, you know, 2 headers not dealt with, balls into the box quite easy. So you need to be making sure that you're stopping crosses first and foremost. That's the biggest thing for defenders, stop crosses and defenders to win your headers in the box. Yeah,
and I suppose the ongoing uncertainty for all the appointments of Kevin is the kind of Stan Collymore situation, who clearly wants to be part of this change at Southend, is in, we understand, negotiations with the board to take a role. He and Kevin, obviously, you can see exchanging a fist bump or a handshake today, so there's a relationship there to build on.
Yeah, definitely. You can see, obviously, desperately wants them to be involved, and you know, it would be great to go back and have someone like that around the club. It needs something at the moment, and you know, he could be the answer.
Yeah, could be. Certainly, Tom Whelan had the answer for Eastleigh, didn't he? Having gone behind, that's a terrific winner.
It's a great winner, and that sums up for me exactly what this division has been about this year. You know, the teams that you expect to win, there's no easy games, and on their day, anyone can beat anyone, and that goal deserves to win any game.
Yeah. I'm not sure who expected to win between Notts County and Stockport. That was another, of course, big game today, but Notts emerging victorious in that one. Next, though, we're here at York Road, home, of course, of Maidenhead. Woking the visitors, and this one had plenty. In fact, in the end, a bit of everything. Highlights from Berkshire when we come back.
Welcome to the King Power.
Come on, you Gunners.
Foxes never quit.
James, did you hear that?
What's that, half? We play on BT Sport.
Watch Leicester against Arsenal on BT Sport.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together.
Not all hybrids are born equal. Toyota CHR self-charging hybrid. Hello, hybrid happiness.
Who's the boss? I'm the boss.
Nah, I'm the boss.
He thinks he's the boss, but I'm definitely the boss.
Yeah, but I'm still the boss.
Taking control of business. I was born ready. Invoices sorted.
Expenses smashed.
What if I want to run with hills? That I only have to run up, not back down. Ready for hill number 2, Peloton?
What about half intervals, half arms? And I only have half an hour to do it.
Heart rate stays up. We're moving to the mat. Keep it up.
What if I just need time to clear my head?
However you want to work out, challenge accepted. Start your 30-day home trial. New tread purchases only. Terms apply.
Once upon a time, there were 3 conservatories. In summer, one was too hot. In winter, one was too cold. But the one with the unique foil quilt system was always just right. Suitable for all roof styles and an energy-saving product with just 5% VAT. Cheaper than a new tiled roof and with a 10-year insurance-backed guarantee. Conservatory Insulations, helping you and your conservatory live happily ever after.
To earn some extra cash with what you don't wear anymore.
And you can sell men's clothes too. Snap, upload and sell without fees to over 1 million Vinted members. Download the Vinted app today.
These are Smile Direct Club aligners. They're laser cut for comfort to gently straighten teeth under a dentist's direction. They can turn a smile like this into a smile like this in as little as 4 to 6 months. So choose fast. Choose smart. Choose smile. Start from home. Visit smiledirectclub.co.uk.
You keep rapping.
You're talking about my mom, so you pass that line right there.
And you a drug key.
Lies.
He's a cheater. You don't know my level. Still undefeated. People cheat out of fear.
I'm ready for this.
My life's work coming down to one moment.
You wanna see something special? Wanna knock out these guys? See you November 6th.
Welcome back to the National League highlights, and our next stop is right here at York Road. Maidenhead United up against Woking. The visitors really much the better in terms of recent league form, but contrasting FA Cup results last time out for these two teams. Watching this one, Adam Virgo and Adam Somerson.
Clarima in towards Kelly, who's won the header off the top of the bar. Really good idea, that instinctive header, and it almost gave Maidenhead the lead.
That's brilliant there from Kelly, because just the awareness around it just makes the run across champion.
But Effion's waiting in there, and Campbell's in there too. Kretschmar takes it, and what an easy header that was. Too easy, really.
Just a teasing ball in there from the player of the game so far in Kretschmar.
Beckwith with the cross. Came off in, Barrett hit it and deflected it. Well, you'd have to say maybe there's a big element of fortune about that.
What he just does really, really well, he just makes sure that he gets a connection on the strike, that gets it on target, but it does take a deflection.
So taken by Casey, and they're struggling to get it clear, and it's dumped it. And it's McNerney. It's redemption for McNerney. And Nanu, of course, it deflected off of the equaliser.
When it got to the centre half in the end, he just makes the initial run across the near post. And Ince does so well because he keeps the ball alive. And then the next one to react is Effiong. Barrett was on the line, didn't really get a good enough clearance.
Oh, Ferdinand's getting on the end of this, and there was a nasty clash of heads there. And here's the incident. Well, the crowd have got what they wanted. Thankfully, it looks as though both players are going to be okay. Ferdinand and Kelly. And the shot was on, and he took it on, and that is outstanding.
See champions saying we've got to squeeze up, but when he squeezes up, he just loses his position a little bit, and that allows Kelly to get a little bit of time and space to cut inside on that right foot of his. An exquisite finish.
Barrett with great distance on the throw-in, and the header is just kept out by Ross. What a good save.
There's a lot of power on the throw. Karima just gets above Rowan Ince.
Sparks played it wide. And the shot is saved, and Karima! On the line, it was kept out.
He's been excellent since he's come on, Bruce Smith. He's been so positive in every area.
Another set piece to defend, in towards the near post, it's in!
It's a brilliant, brilliant ball in there, because it's one of those balls that just says, go and attack you.
Well, Alan, what's your overriding emotion after that one? Boys dug deep and got the 3 points.
Yeah, pleased for them. You know, at the end of the day, they put a lot of effort in the games. We haven't really had a lot of luck. It's a straight red. It's a red. It's sending off. They can't have no complaints with that. It's changed the game. We end up winning the game, so I'm pleased for them.
Well, Alan, that was a game that had absolutely everything. Ultimately, do you feel the red card changed it?
100%. I think anybody who watched it, I'm dying to say it again, because he said it was for the lad would have scored. You know, got there. I thought the ball was going away from a goal. Like. I don't know what shows on the cameras, but that's what I thought. And you know, you can make excuses for the third goal. Do you see a free kick on Kane and went in? But well, you're not going to win games. Whatever, you've got 10 men, 9 men. You're not going to win games if you concede 3 goals, and we've got a bit of a problem in that area. So I was disappointed, obviously, defensively. And but apart from that, I felt a bit in control for most of the game. I did. But red cards change games.
Well, they do quite often change games, red cards. This one certainly did, and inevitably the two managers didn't quite see it the same. What about you, man?
It is a red card, unfortunately. I know Alan Dawson will be bitterly disappointed because the ball does come to the right, but unfortunately, just got to deal with it earlier, and then Kane Ferdinand gets in front and gets the first contact, and ultimately that's why it's a red card.
Yeah, and part, I imagine, Aaron, of the frustration for Alan Dawson is that his side then didn't manage a 2-1 lead very well with 10 men, and Maidenhead just got this head of steam up, and the winner and the equaliser kind of felt a bit inevitable. Yeah, because they were in control of the game. Up until that moment, they were in total control of the game, and probably could have put it to bed a lot earlier than this, but listen, for me, the biggest thing was Maidenhead. When they scored their equalisers, they just went and got the ball. They felt like they was in the game at every moment, and in the end, that was telling because they're the team that goes on and gets the winner. Yeah, terrific equaliser from Josh Kelly. And then, yeah, the drama of the 90th minute winner from Barrett was, yeah, understandably man of the match because he's got 2, and that's a perfect way to win.
It's the perfect way to win. Scoring in the last few minutes. Yeah, it's fantastic for them, fantastic for the fans. You can see they're right behind the goal, and Barrett deserved it. As soon as they went down to 10 men, you could see he was getting the one that was getting on the ball, putting crosses in, getting the ball wide, using that extra player on the pitch to put balls into the box, and ultimately that's why they got back into the game.
Yeah, important 3 points then for Maidenhead. On to our roundup of the last 3 games from the weekend, and we'll start with Wrexham, who were looking for their first win in 3 or so. They were at Barnet, and Izzy Clark was watching.
Barnet hosted Wrexham, with the Bees undefeated in the National League under interim head coach Dean Brennan. But their Welsh visitors had a man on a mission. Paul Mullin scoring in his 4th successive league game. Just 4 minutes later, Wrexham doubled their advantage. Aaron Hayden this time, the summer signing from Carlisle, opening his account for his new club. The Red Dragons had lost their last 2 league away games, but were on fire here. Jordan Davis shot from distance, keeper Aston Oxborough with a diving save. And just before the interval, Mullin was at it again. This time, the woodwork denied him. So far, so bad for the Bees. In the second half, it got worse. Sean Brisley on his league debut, 3-0 to Wrexham. Kings Lynn travelled to Torquay, a 600-mile round trip. Mike Clunan almost got them off to the perfect start. As for the girls, they were still red-faced following their FA Cup exit, but the shame started to ease when 18-year-old debutant Sinclair Armstrong opened the scoring. Just as in every previous league game this season, Kings Lynn had conceded first, and Armstrong was proving a handful. Only a goal-line clearance prevented his effort being turned in by Kyle Callan McFadden. The goals were dominating, and Joe Lewis, who struck in their last home game, secured Torquay's 3rd straight league victory at Plainmoor. At the Bob Lucas Stadium, Weymouth, in 21st, were up against a team 5 places above them, and Wealdstone had the first real chance. Nicola Tavares' shot saved by keeper Ross Fitzsimmons. The Terrors rallied. Football isn't always pretty, but every goal counts. And for long-serving striker Ben Thompson, this was especially sweet. His first league goal since December 2020. But it wasn't enough to end Weymouth's 7-game winless run. Conor McAvoy on target on his debut. 1-1, the final score.
Couple of emphatic finishes in that one, it's fair to say. An emphatic win for Wrexham at Barnet, who had turned a bit of a corner under Dean Brennan, but Wrexham will be delighted with that. The goal's a bit easy.
Yeah, I think it'll be a little bit disappointing for Dean Brennan because they've gone 4 games unbeaten, a couple of wins in there as well, and they almost gifted Wrexham some goals today. You know, Wrexham have got strikers like Paul Mullin, who, if you give him opportunities, he knows exactly where the back of the net is, and they did that far too often in this game.
Good win, and Mullin again amongst the scorers. That's you pay your money, you get your striker, I suppose it's fair to say. Torquay certainly have turned a bit of a corner, I think, under Gary Johnson as well in recent weeks, certainly at home where they'd struggled a little bit. Yeah,
exactly. You've got to win your home games. I think that's the most important thing. You've got to win your home games, and today you can see, not so much the best goals, but it doesn't actually matter. You've just got to put the ball in the back of the net, and you've got to win your home games.
That's what it means, particularly when you've got a 300-mile trip home after a 300-mile trip to the game. That'll help the fish and chips taste a bit better.
Yeah, they're desperate for some consistency, and at home they seem to be finding that. Now when they go away from home, they also need to find it, because most of their journeys are long journeys, so they'll want a few happy trips home.
Certainly having them of late, whereas Kings Lynn, obviously, quite a miserable journey back to Norfolk with nothing to show for it. OK, this is what it all means for the Vanarama National League table. Grimsby lead the way with a little cushion at the top now, 4 points clear of Chesterfield, who jump up to second with their win, courtesy of Kabonga Shimanga. Boreham Wood stuck in third despite defeat today. Halifax are also losing today, but in pretty good shape. And Dagenham, Bromley and Solihull make the current top 7, but you can see a host of big clubs gathered behind them. Woking, despite defeat here at York Road, in 12th and also with a couple of games in hand. But Maidenhead, in terms of the win here at York Road, do climb away from danger. The bottom three as it stands. Dover, of course, starting on -12. Aldershot and Southend, who will hope that the appointment of Kevin Mayer and maybe Stan Collymore will lead to happier times. My thanks, of course, to Matt Jarvis and to Aaron McLean. Thank you very much, boys. Nicely turned out. I expect no less. And we look forward to your company, Becky and guests, for Altrincham on Tuesday. See you next time.
We're live from Leicester Saturday morning as Arsenal come to town before it's the turn of the Tigers as they eye a win against the Saints.
Welcome to the King Power.
Come on, you Gunners.
Foxes never quit. James, you hear that? What's that half? We play on BT Sport.
Watch Leicester against Arsenal on BT Sport.
Don't let erectile dysfunction make you impotent. Do something about erectile dysfunction. Clinically proven, discreetly delivered. Order today at Newman.com.
Here we go then. The fans have been buzzing all day.
It's nothing but Chelsea here.
Up the Chelsea.
Captain, surely.
Electric atmosphere here inside the bridge. Free kick.
What a game. Up the place.
He has knobbly knees and turned-out toes and a poisonous wart at the end of his nose. His eyes are orange, his tongue is black. He has purple prickles all over his back.
Little box, big adventures. Tony.
If you or someone you know owned or leased a diesel vehicle between 2007 and 2020, you could be entitled to significant compensation. Millions of drivers have been misled by numerous manufacturers about emissions, and hundreds of thousands have already filed a claim. It's easy to see if you're eligible. Simply visit our site now and check your vehicle instantly. It's completely free to sign up, and you can start your claim in seconds. Visit mydieselclaim.com and join thousands of others starting their claims today.
Right, so that's you done.
I'll go get some cash.
Don't worry. I take card now.
Ooh.
Finished.
No contract, no monthly costs, just easy, flexible payments. Sum up. Make your business official.
Look at the quick feet there, and Vinicius Junior still going! It's a stunner from Real Madrid!
Good evening and welcome to Moss Lane, home of Altrincham, where Phil Parkinson's players will hope they can bounce back from Saturday's defeat at the hands of Eastleigh. It's been a good start for the season for the Robins. Despite the weekend's results, they currently sit 9th in the table and they are tough to beat at this ground. 4 out of their last 5 matches here have ended in victory for the home sides. For the visitors, Solihull Moors have responded well after conceding 5 goals to Dagenham and Redbridge in September. They've gone 6 hours without conceding a goal in the league. And a win tonight for Neil Ardley's men would make it 3 on the spin for a club with serious promotion ambitions. Well, joining me pitchside for this one, Frank Sinclair is with me. Over 50 appearances for Wrexham and now plying your trade as a coach at the Doncaster Rovers Academy. And Scott Doe, who's made well over 300 appearances for Dagenham and Redbridge. They're both well placed to guide you through this one tonight. Now, gentlemen, we've learned as we've got to the ground that Altrincham have had some problems in the build-up to this one through no fault of their own through COVID. We'll touch on that a little bit later. But look, Frank, the numbers speak for themselves here. Moss Lane is a really tough place for teams to come at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is when you look at their recent results as well. I think Phil Parkinson will be, going to this game a little bit nervous because obviously there's a few players that are going to miss out today. But I'm sure he'll want to keep that run going and certainly not get beat today. It will be, key to them looking at it as a productive evening.
And Scott, let's talk about Solihull Moors here, because they definitely have got promotion ambitions this season. Neil Ardley couldn't quite manage it with Notts County, but do you think Solihull Moors is the perfect outfit for him to get promotion?
I think so, yeah. You look at them recently, 5 clean sheets on a very good run. Come here tonight, they've made a few changes, still got a very good, strong team. And obviously they'll be looking to keep that run going tonight, another clean sheet and hopefully another win.
Well, contrasting fortunes for both these sides coming into tonight's game. Let's start looking at Altrincham. They played Eastleigh at the weekend, and despite going 1-0 up in the first 5 minutes, they couldn't quite hold it on, could they?
No, they certainly couldn't, and you know, the first goal's obviously a set piece that Altrincham keep alive, and they get a great finish on there, but then they go and concede from a corner themselves, and obviously another set piece with a great free kick at the end. Worthy of winning any game, but I'm sure Altrincham will be really disappointed that they've taken the lead in the game with a set piece and then let the opposition back in with a corner against.
Yeah, as we said, they'll be looking to get back on track, whereas Solihull Moors had a really good win over Halifax. This is a bit of a statement win. 2 teams in good form at the minute, and Callum Maycock finally, on his 101st appearance, got his first league goal.
Yeah, obviously a great goal for him on his 101st, and obviously as a midfielder he'll be hoping to get many more now. But a fantastic win. Halifax doing very well, and like I said, they want to kick on from that and come here and get 3 points.
Well, it's been contrasting build-up for both these managers. We can now hear their pre-match thoughts. Both Phil Parkinson and Neil Ardley have been speaking to Jeff Brazier.
So we're looking to bounce back from defeat at Eastleigh on the weekend. How have your preparations for this one gone?
Yeah, it's been really difficult, to be honest. We had a few injuries going into Eastleigh, and unfortunately we had a positive test on the way back, which meant a number of the lads following protocols with a double jab procedure. Probably half the squad are missing out today, so it's been a very busy yesterday for me.
As a club, you're almost a complete contrast to the issues we're hearing Altrincham are having, because you've got one of the best squads in the league, arguably.
Don't tell my chairman that, will you? Because they'll start expecting. But no, we're happy with what we've got. I think they've done well over the last few years with the recruitment. We've added a few in the summer. We feel like we've got a good squad, and we've got a busy week and busy period, so we've freshened it up, and I feel I've freshened it up with good players.
Look, you're a special team in front of Moss Lane, in front of your home fans. Obviously 4 wins in 5 this season so far. You're going to really need the home attendance tonight.
Oh, absolutely massive. As you said there, they've been superb. But I'd like to think we've given them a reason to get behind us, and hopefully we can continue that tonight.
And now, goals on the road have been slightly harder to come by. I mean, you know, generally they can be anyway. We've got the crowds back, so that's going to be a factor. But is that something that you'd like to improve upon?
Well, while we're keeping clean sheets, it's not so much of a problem, but obviously if you don't, it does become a problem. I think, to be fair, the last 5 games, I wouldn't say we've been at our brilliant best, but we managed to win games because of our clean sheets and our defensive performance.
Well, we've got squad rotation here, some forced, some not forced. I mean, let's start here with Altrincham tonight. When you got your top scorer out in Sam Mooney, Matty Coslow nowhere near, Tom Pearce gets a chance to step up tonight, and this is a player that you know well, I believe, Frank.
Yeah, absolutely. I worked with Tom Pearce at Colwyn Bay when I was the manager there, and also I took him to Hensford Town with me as well. A younger player at the time, but obviously he's got a bit more experience now, but he's certainly a player that you want in your team. He works the back line of the opposition, forever running for the team, and he comes alive in the box. You know, this goal that he scores there is a typical Tom Pearce goal, arriving in the box, in the 6-yard box, and he gets on the end of something there, and you know, it's a great finish because he has to make some sort of contact with the ball. So I'm looking forward to seeing him play, because I've not seen him for a while, and I'd like him to get a goal today.
I know, I'll have to keep you at bay so you're not coaching him from the sidelines. You're on our team tonight. Looking at Solihull Moors there, again, their top scorer, Joe Sabara, actually on the bench tonight, as we said, squad rotation. So who would you pick out instead? I'd
go with Danny Newton. I think he's got 4 goals this season. I think he's got 2 in his last 3. Very good player, coming from Stevenage, left-sided player. Good left foot, and like I said, he's got a few goals from this season, and he's going to have to step up tonight with Sabara on the bench, and he'll be hoping to get his 5th of the season tonight.
Well, as a player, how much of an opportunity is it when you get your chance?
Yeah, you have to take it. You see here, defenders helped him out a little, but great finish from a tight angle. And then coming up here outside the area, left foot dribble, cross the goal, great finish again, and he has to take his chance. Once you get given it, you've got to take your chance.
Well, they've turned the sprinklers on here for us. We're getting a little light rain, even though it is actually a very warm evening here in Altrincham. But look, kickoff is fast approaching here. So, coming up, can Solihull make it 3 wins in 3 and consolidate their place in the top 7 Or will Altrincham bounce back from their weekend disappointment? We will find out after the break.
When Bet365 was created, we had a simple vision. We wanted to connect people to every game that matters. We wanted to build the ultimate sports app. So, we did. Download the app and see for yourself. Why Bet365 is the world's favourite online betting brand. Please, gamble responsibly.
He breathes. He kills. He dies. Tonight.
We all have those days where we're not up for anything. Wookie! But when you eat Activia and your gut is happy, you are full of life. Activia, fill your gut with life to the fullest.
It's cold, it's wet, it's dark, like all the time. But it's winter, people. What did you expect? Outside isn't shut, you know. They'll look at you like you're out your mind. So what? Because the rain, frost, ice, whatever. It only makes us stronger, so bring it on! With the right gear, you're not fighting the storm, you're riding it. So dig deep and beat the quit.
Whitley Nil Gin, inspired by the world, distilled in London.
Okay, Rory, I just want you to give me a nice big smile. 3, 2, 1.
Mom, let's get through it!
Like getting your money's worth? Then enjoy a freshly prepared 99p cheeseburger, part of the McDonald's Saver menu.
Tonight, America is in the world of the bird.
If you say his name 5 times, looking in a mirror, he will appear.
His body found in the Kerry sewers.
Just another piece in the twisted jigsaw murders.
This October, the country will see a rise in demand for disturbing films. BTTV said it was happy to present its Halloween film sale to accommodate this trend. Now we head over to Bob for the weather.
Well, it doesn't look too good out there.
Welcome back to Moss Lane. Let's take a look at the National League table as it stands right now. And it's Grimsby who are leading the way, 4 points clear at the top, with Chesterfield and Boreham Wood the closest challengers. Solihull Moors sit in the last playoff position in 7th, but they will hope results go their way to climb a little bit higher up that table. Altrincham not looking too bad at all in 9th and could edge themselves into that top 7 with a result tonight. If we look at the bottom, it's Dover that are rock bottom on -9 points, the only club winless in the division. Southend sit in the bottom 3 in search of their first win under new manager Kevin Mayer. Now, we do have 10 fixtures across the National League for you this evening. We've got cameras at 4 of those games. Grimsby looking to extend their lead. They are going to take on Wealdstone. Chesterfield versus Eastleigh. It's 4th versus 5th in Halifax versus Dagenham and Redbridge. And Notts County, currently in 8th, will they take on Bromley, who are currently in 6th. We will keep you up to date with everything that happens in the league this evening. Now the atmosphere is building here. Fans are in. It's nice and full. It's a lovely, mild evening. What are we thinking, Frank?
Regarding results?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, obviously, 2 teams playing tonight, very difficult to beat. But I'm just going to go by, under the circumstances, it's difficult for Altrincham tonight, I understand that. But I'm just going to go with their home form tonight, for the game. And I'm going to go with them to win 2-1 in a really tight game.
Yeah, Frank touched on it there. Unfortunate circumstances that Altrincham find themselves in tonight, but a chance perhaps, you know, for new players to step up and make a mark.
Yeah, possibly, yeah, exactly that. And like I said, the new players, they have to take their chance. So, you know, hopefully they come in and do well. I just think that Solihull, considering the circumstances, Solihull might have a little bit too much for them and get the win tonight.
I know, with the strength and depth that Solihull Moors seem to have, squad rotation tonight as well, they do look fairly dangerous.
Yeah, they certainly do. You know, Neil Ardley touched on that before the game, that he's very confident in the players that he's brought in, are quality players as well. So it does show the strength that he's got in his squad, and still confident that he can get the points.
Scott, how's it being back in here tonight? Crowd are in. Are you missing the scenes?
No, I'd rather be here actually, but no, you know what, it's good, really good crowd for the club tonight, really good to see everyone here, and like I said, hopefully they put on the players put on a show for them all here as it's getting loud.
Right, the BT Sports app is now accessible in more ways to more fans than ever before after launching on Fire TV, Android TV and Roku. More information, visit btsports.com/largescreen app. Right, teams are walking, so it is now time to throw you to our commentary team this evening of Adam Virgo, but first, Dan Mason.
Thanks, Becky. I'm told it's the first time in 13 years that the TV cameras have taken in a live game here at Moss Lane. Too long for a club with Altrincham's history, so we are delighted to remedy that this evening. Not only have players been arriving for Alti today, there's been a bit of a recruitment drive on tonight as far as supporters are concerned. It's a £5 to get in tonight and free for anyone under 12. So a super atmosphere for the visits of Solihull Moors. Time to bring you the team news. Altrincham have been dealt a terrible set of circumstances ahead of tonight. It was only when the team sheet was handed in that we discovered that half of the Alti squad have been ruled out due to a COVID outbreak. 2 of this 11 were signed and registered today, Barry Bagley and Tom Walker. There are further new faces on the bench. Moors have also made 5 changes, although it seems to be squad rotation in their case. Captain Carl Storer starts in defence, but there's a completely fresh forward line tonight. Danny Newton, Jamie Osborne and Justin Donner will return, as does Adam Rooney up front. A 3rd start of the season for the Irishman, who's still looking for his first goal of the campaign. Well, Vergs, real problems for Altrincham tonight, and a surprise for us to see Tom Walker.
Well, I'll say one of those situations that you don't really want to find yourself into, but what I have to say is that I think they've signed a quality player in Tom Walker. Picks up great position on the left-handed side. He's one of these players who gets quick crosses into the box. That's certainly an elbow they'll be looking for. Well, this is a player that will certainly want to be making the headlines. Few injuries this season, really struggled for goals, but we've seen the Salford that we do know what he can do in the National League, and this will be a big opportunity for him.
Well, we are a quarter of the way through the National League season. The runners and riders are starting to identify themselves now. Although Grimsby have surged ahead in the National League, the chasing pack couldn't be any more congested. Only 3 points between all of the sides currently located in the playoff positions. With Altrincham just outside that, the right result for them this evening would put the Robins back into that scrum. A home win tonight would see them overtake Moors on goal difference, although best of luck trying to get a goal against this lot. Nobody else has recently. Very difficult circumstances for Altrincham tonight, who have lost half of their squad to an unexpected COVID outbreak. 2 emergency signings in the starting 11, dreadful set of circumstances for the home team, Adam Berger.
Well, it certainly is, and it's certainly one that Phil Parkinson wouldn't have certainly expected, despite the defeat to Eastleigh. So it just seems like Piers is going to be playing down the middle, Bagley on the right-hand side, and as I mentioned, Tom Walker on the left-hand side. He's a real quality player, Tom. I think that, you know, game time this season at Stockport has been hard done by. I thought he brought something to Simon Rust's team last year, but it's about game time. He's not really played too many games this season, so you do question Matt's fitness, but what an opportunity this will be for him.
We're still getting information all the time, but the latest that we've got is that there was a positive COVID test on the way back from Saturday's defeat at Eastleigh, and in line with COVID protocols, that effectively ruled out half of the first team squad. Solihull Moors making their first attack here with Danny Newton. He got his cross in, a good cross it was too. Actually, just about got it away. There's Jamie Osborne for Moors. And the free kick comes to the rescue of Altrincham on this occasion. Apparently they had a 4-hour window today to sign and register players. Our info is they did in fact bring in 3, Tom Walker, Barry Bagley in the starting lineup, and Kwame Sigwe on the bench. Altrincham have won only 1 of their last 4 National League games. Making a reasonable start to the season, but the results have become a little more uneven in recent weeks, so it's even more difficult for the new lads trying to slot into this team tonight. It is rather ironic that Solihull Moors have had the luxury of being able to rotate out several players tonight, including their top scorer, Joe Sabara. Rotation in the Moors ranks might end up giving us more of a contest here tonight. As ever, Altrincham looking to play their football here at Moss Lane. For Furman to get after. So the offside flag up on this occasion.
I've been pretty direct this evening. Tom Piers. Real close one there, isn't it? Maybe he looks to try and run the channels more often, and the 2 wide players coming in off the line a little bit more.
He started the last 2 matches, Tom Piers, his first starts of the season. 26 this past Saturday. Solihull Moors haven't conceded a goal in well over 7.5 hours of League and Cup football. 5 consecutive clean sheets in League and Cup. There's Donowa to Ty Williams. Callum Maycock. He's looking threatening. And Jamie Osborne's effort not too far away. Goal kick, the final decision.
Oh, certainly another player. We're talking about opportunities for Altrincham. I think Jamie Osborne is another one. He's really struggled with injuries this season, but he is a quality player in that 10 position. We've seen time and time again in the National League what he can do. Get a little bit of time and space. He can certainly be a real asset.
His first start of the season tonight. Osborne scored in this fixture last season, in fact, a 2-0 away win for Moors. In fact, they beat Altrincham home and away last season. Couldn't quite bring down that crossfield pass. Also making his first start for a few weeks. Just in the 11 at Hildstone at the start of this month. Walker lost out. Cranston loves to get forward. And very nearly brought the house down with that effort.
Just noticed on one or two occasions, just before the two shots, one from Osborne, one from Cranston, that the back line is a little bit deep sometimes, but it's just misplaced pass in that midfield area. Cranston is a player that loves to get forwards on a regular basis.
Altrincham lost 2-1 at Eastleigh on Saturday afternoon. Phil Parkinson was disappointed that they couldn't take something, but acknowledged that the better side could win the game. Alty were 1-0 up at half-time in this one. Lost 2-1 in the end. Gillardley is in charge of his 14th match at Solihull Moors tonight. Looking for an 8th win. There's an interesting quote from him ahead of this one. He says that sometimes you win a game with quality, sometimes it's grit, determination and discipline. And good advice for Altrincham tonight, who are certainly going to need determination as they seek to make amends for losing so many first-teamers. Hannigan penalised for his challenge, and Justin Donowa there. So a set-piece opportunity for Moors. Powell's come forward. I think I see Kyle Storer up there too. Jordan Cranston will deliver an in-swinging free kick here for the away side. First test for this reconstructed Altrincham defence. Not the best of deliveries from Cranston, certainly by his standards. Matthew Gould able to take it for Altrincham.
Disappointing there for Cranston. Decent angle there to get a decent ball in. Always disappointing when you don't beat that first player.
Not only are they missing players due to COVID tonight, Altrincham, they were also carrying 1 or 2 injuries already. You may have read about the injury to regular goalkeeper Tony Thompson. He's still unavailable. Another end, Tom Walker looking to show what he could do, putting in a teasing cross, which Moores got away.
He's a left-handed side player where he's not really going to run. He's almost going to try and get space to get early crosses in.
There's Dean Furman. To manufacture some room for a shot, but there was no way through. The South African international. And now Solihull Moors come forward on the break with Maycock. This ball across the face of goal. It fell to Adam Rooney in the end. It will be a corner to Solihull Moors.
We've got to be really, really careful that they don't get caught on the counter and above all, they don't get caught outnumbered. And they will get players forward, Altrincham, despite the issues that they certainly have. It's Hannigan in the end that just makes that sort of challenge there on Rooney just to stop him getting any real momentum, any real connection on the ball.
Another set-piece opportunity for the away side. Kenny Osborne will deliver the flag kick. Deeper delivery this time. An important header by Richie Sutton at the back for Altrincham. His third appearance of the league season tonight, the 35-year-old. He's already had 1 loan spell away from Altrincham this season. Had a month with Alfreton in the National League North, but like so many, he has been pressed into action tonight. Showing an interest in the set piece once again, but Cranston, I think, will be the deliverer. Using directly from the left back. At the near post, Jake Malt. And the pressure will stay on this Alti defence.
They certainly have an aerial ability about them, Solihull. I mean, Howe's decent in the air. You've got Maynard there as well, Rooney. Three big players you can certainly aim for. I mean, Newton's not necessarily the smallest as well.
Forward two for Solihull, who have plenty of aerial threat in that box at the moment. Cranston's delivery was glanced towards goal by Maynard himself, but nothing doing this time. Paul Moores.
Just trying to create that bit of space, and he does get the run there. I think he'd be disappointed, Maynard, that didn't get a better connection.
There was a recent fourth round FA Cup qualifying game that Altrincham played in against Southport, where they suffered a constant aerial bombardment. Phil Parkinson called it a really ugly game, but they did prevail. Maybe that would be a good rehearsal for some of the set pieces they're going to have to face tonight against Solihull. Fortunate collision at the back here for Altrincham. Two defenders colliding with one another. No problems though for Tom Hannigan. Parkinson and his assistant Neil Sorfel there. Altrincham are still one of the National League's part-time clubs, but those two have gone full-time in 2021. What a super job they are doing as well under the circumstances at Alti. Fierce challenge by Kyle Storer. He came out of it rather the worse. And into the challenge with the new boy Bagley. A collision in the end from Josh Hancock, I think, as well. Storer struggling here after the tackle on Bagley. He's 19 years of age, came through Fleetwood Town's youth academy, signing pro with the Card Army in 2019. He's made 5 League One appearances for Fleetwood, a few more in cup competitions. It's quite a step forward for him tonight to be thrown in at the deep end for Altrincham. I tell you, there has been a goal in the big game between Halifax and Dagenham and Redbridge. The home side have taken the lead. Green with this header from the corner. Halifax, of course, who lost to Solihull on Saturday, ending their 9-match unbeaten run. Good step in the right direction for them as they look to return to winning ways. Kyle Storer back on his feet now. Altrincham with the restart. Here's Hancock. Maynard got his cross away. And now Solihull will attempt to build something. Another terrific challenge. Altrincham are going to give everything they've got tonight. Here's Walker. Oh, good opportunity, and a goal! And they've taken the lead! And it's the emergency signing, Barry Bagley, that's got the goal for Altrincham. He came to the club only a matter of hours ago. Had there not been a COVID outbreak, he would not be in red and white this evening. But he has given the Robins the lead. An extraordinary story here at Moss Lane.
Well, it's a brilliant finish, but it comes about the press in the midfield area. Look at the desire there. And they keep the ball so well. Walker really, really good there. Into Hancock, and then all of a sudden a little turn. And then Bagley makes the run in off the line. It's really, really good interplay there. Just picks up a decent position, angles on the edge of the box there, and he does so well because he strikes through it and he strikes it at that near post area. But the ball from Walker into Hancock was absolutely exquisite, and then he has the awareness to see the run of Bagley, who strikes it emphatically into the net.
That is the teenager's first senior goal. Comes 15 minutes into this one. And what a huge boost to morale that will be for Altrincham. And two players who had not even met one another until a few hours ago. Josh Hancock and Barry Bagley combining so well on the edge of the box. Test for Solihull Moors. Altrincham build on this lead. It's the first goal they conceded in very nearly 8 hours of football, Solihull. They really couldn't script it. Another free kick for Alty here. Skullwards by I think it was, once again. Suggestion of offside, maybe. Not by Tom Hannigan, who had the header.
It's a little bit difficult on the edge of the box there, where it's always difficult to generate any real momentum, any real power.
Maynard. Very deep as Solihull look to build something. Newton. Challenged by Hancock. Really up for this at the moment. Here's the goal again from Bagley. Great understanding between the two players that only just met.
Well, you can see him at the top of your screen there, and he makes the run in beyond Hancock, and it's a really, really good, timely run. Points the finger out to say, play into that position. That's Altrincham in a nutshell for me, down in that final third. They're a decent pass inside, they want to play through the thirds, and that's a really well-taken goal.
There's Callum Maycock, who got a well-taken goal of his own against Halifax at the weekend. His first in league football. Worth waiting for. Very valuable win for Solihull. Look a little exposed here. Here's Tom Pearce. Well, they're creating the better chances, Altrincham. Short-staffed or not.
It's getting a little bit deep at the moment, the back four of Solihull Moors. Just there, Pearce, Hancock just linking up nicely. You can see what he's trying to do to try and bend it into that top right-hand corner.
Cranston. Solihull Moors pegged back here, struggling to get out of their own half. Moors came into this one with clean sheets in 6 of their last 7 matches. Bizarrely, the last team to score against them were Dagenham and Redbridge, who got 5. 5-1 reverse in East London is Moore's only defeat in 10 League and Cup matches. Word of warning, incidentally, although they have only lost twice all season, Solihull, when it has gone wrong at the back, it's not been by half measures. Dagger's got 5, Weymouth got 4, and those 9 goals have wrecked what would be a totally unbeatable goal difference otherwise.
And I think for him as well, the performances you look away from home, people just look at the results, but I just don't think for Neil Ardley and Solihull Moors this season, Dan, they've not had a good away performance where they've been confident, they've been comfortable, and they've won the game well. It's always been difficult to get those 3 points, and listen, points will count more towards the end of the season, but the performances haven't quite been there for away from home, and almost sometimes the results almost shadow the performances, and that's going to be the issue at the moment for Neil Ardley's side, that they will need a turnaround, that they'll need a bit of a reaction. Just at the moment, they started well, but they've seemed to have drifted since conceding that goal.
Well, Problem for Tom Hannigan here. He seems to have taken a blow to his throat. And soldier on. Won only 2 of their 5 away league matches this season, Solihull. Oh, they had a chance to have to get back-to-back wins on the road. They still do. And here comes Tom Walker for Altrincham. Goes all the way through. Danny Newton collects it for Solihull Moors. Couldn't collect the pass. It's not sticking up front at the moment for Solihull.
They seem to, I know Rooney's down the middle and we spoke about him before the game, but they've not really got him into positions where he can hold up the ball and bring players into play. They just seem a little bit difficult in the turnover to try and get the balls into better positions. Altrincham have done well when they've got in possession. They've moved the ball quickly. They've got players running in off the line, breaking the lines. When Solihull have had the ball, more often than not, I think the quality's not quite been there yet.
Are keeping the tempo very high in the opening 20 minutes or so here. Concern for Neil Ardley, who took over from Mark Yates in June. Flick from Barry Bagley. Piers chasing down Maynard here, who is a little trapped. He's done well to win a goal kick there. In fact, I think he found his own goalkeeper. He did. Boot gives it some welly downfield. There's nothing happening in the final third for Solihull Moors just at the moment. What did you make of the decision of changing all 4 of the attacking players?
Well, it could work both ways. If you go away with 3 points, the manager's seen as a genius, and the players that have come in and done the job. When things aren't quite going well, then certainly questions will be asked. I'm surprised Sabara is not starting, in my opinion. You can change players in the final third, and I think Dallas, they're the 2 for me in particular that I look at, that I just think you wonder, why do you bring those 2 out? Dallas runs the channels really, really well. Sabara tends to run the channels well. They go a little bit more direct, where Altrincham has struggled, where they like players playing in front of them. Especially the back 4 that they've got, they like the players playing in front, where Rooney comes into that equation.
Midway through the first half, Altrincham lead by a Harry Bagley goal. And a Solihull Moors free kick comes to nothing. In fact, there will be a free kick to Altrincham here. Howe penalised. Wrestling match going on with Richie Sutton.
He's an experienced player, isn't he? Richie Sutton coming in at the back. Malarkey playing this evening, so listen, the experience goes in there. I know the changes and people looking into what Altrincham have gone through, but you've still got Dave Fitzpatrick in there, who's won the National League with Macclesfield. Senior's a quality player. Malt's been there and done it. Hancock's there and done it. So there's still quality in this side, out in this starting 11 for Phil Parkinson, still to be competitive and do a job.
Hancock. Second time around there was misunderstanding between him and Bagley, which is to be expected. From Joel Senior getting forward and forcing the issue too against Maynard.
It just seems at the moment, again, when you bring players in late, when you're talking about Walker and Bagley, is that communication and understanding, no training sessions with each other. It just seems now Bagley wants to play inside of Jordan Cranston. Doesn't want to go on the outside, where Walker wants to pick up positions on the right-hand side outside of Williams to get crosses in with that left foot. But it seems Bagley, like you saw for the goal, wants to come in off the line, and it's a little bit of understanding. I mean, Hancock's a quality player, really, really is. And that understanding will certainly come as this game goes on, and also time goes on as well.
Well, Hancock is one of the players that Phil Parkinson also had at Nantwich. He's got several of those that he went back for. I guess players that he knows all about and trusts. Maynard, nowhere for him to go. He finds Cranston. Back to Boot in goal. Callum Howe, who has worn the armband a few times this season when Storer has been unavailable. Williams, the Solihull throw. Started the first 4 league matches of the season, Williams, but not many of the 9 since. Again, forced to go back to Howe. He's played every minute of the season for Solihull Moors so far. The only player that has, outfield player that is. Maycock, Cranston, very good ball carrier. Their left back, he's a very modern fullback, loves to get forward. Digging in defensively and restricting Solihull Moors to only shots from distance so far.
Seems the difference, isn't it, so far? It's just not quite sticking for Neil Ardley's side when they're trying to play round the corners into players' feet. Altrincham, we're getting back in that shape really, really well. They're pressing, they're working hard without the ball.
Donowa to the goal line. It wasn't bad. Altrincham able to deal with it. Poor clearance by Hancock. He was lucky to get away with that. Good tackling back by Piers. There's an easy one for Matthew Gould. Gould is the son of the former Celtic and Coventry keeper Jonathan Gould, and therefore the grandson of Bobby Gould. If you're my age, most famous for taking Wimbledon to their solitary FA Cup triumph in 1988. Here's Howe. The last 3 victories that Solihull Moors have recorded have been by a single goal to nil. It's becoming something of a habit. Today they are going to have to score at least twice if they're going to win this one. Haven't been a high scoring side this season. They have a problem here with Jamie Osborne.
He seems to have really hurt himself with the challenge there on Thurman. I don't think there's anything there that Thurman's done intentionally. It almost seems like he's landed on his elbow that's seemed to have affected his shoulder.
Seems to be in some discomfort there, Jamie Osborne. All at BT Sport were very sad to hear of the death of Walter Smith today. He's a man that means an awful lot to Dean Furman too. Walter Smith gave him his senior debut at Rangers in 2008. The South African spent 3 years in Glasgow. Osborne seems to be okay. He certainly felt that one. Sora leaving the free kick to Ty Williams. Today is his 115th league appearance for Solihull Moors. Storer's ball forward. It's very deep. Looking for Howe, who found his man. We were talking about Solihull Moors winning games by 1-0. Talking of which, Juventus are on tomorrow. They host Sassuolo in Serie A. We've got all of the 10 midweek Italian games on BT Sport. Lazio Fiorentina is on this time tomorrow night. Lazio have been extraordinarily inconsistent under Maurizio Sarri, so who knows what we might get in that one. With that pass, Storer, but Luke dealt with it. Donowa. Difficulty holding off the Altrincham defenders at the moment. David Fitzpatrick in particular. Here's Hancock for Altrincham. Great save by Boots. Josh Hancock threatening a second goal for the home side.
Well, they tried to play out from the back and they get caught, and this really just sums up the first half an hour for me for Solihull Moors. It's a comfortable save there for Ryan Boots. I think he's made a bit of a meal of that. Gets a lot of space there because Maynard just drops off him and turns so weirdly, and then you get the chance.
He's been very influential in the first 30 minutes, Josh Hancock. I might say it's been Hancock's half hour. Chance here, flag stays down for now. There's Hancock. Great block by Maynard. Had to be two. Altrincham battling away and winning a corner. They are certainly having the better of things so far.
Well, it's concerning now. You've had two chances in the space of a couple of minutes. Trying to play offside there. It's a wonderful awareness there for Bagley to put the cut back there. It's a timely challenge there from Maynard because it had to be.
Must make the most of this spell, Alty. Clearance by Storer that time. And, the pressure will stay on for now. Bagley is going to deliver the corner once again. Sutton up there. Hannigan 2. A little vulnerable at the moment, Solihull Moors. Fortunately for them, Barry Bagley's corner that time a little bit overcooked. Some goal news from elsewhere. Wilston have taken the lead against league leaders Grimsby. They missed a penalty as well early on, Wilston, but have eventually nudged their way ahead just before the half-hour mark. Grimsby, of course, only one defeat all season. Could be an upset in that one. Plenty of football still to be played tonight, of course. Solihull Moors trying to find their way back into this game after a very difficult opening half hour or so. Senior's pass to Bagley. Hancock. Rooney once again unable to just hang on to the ball for Solihull Moors. It's been difficult for him though. That particular pass was fired right at him. It gave him no chance really.
We just need the quality of ball into him. It's just not been there so far. He's fighting lost causes. Every ball seems to be a battle ball so far. Then you look the balls into Hancock. Lovely. Little balls around the corner and I can play it into my feet. I can do something with it.
Even with some new faces in the 11, the Altrincham attack is functioning far better than that of Solihull Moors at the moment. Williams losing out to Walker. Then made his impact on Justin Donowa, illegally in the eyes of the referee. Really perhaps looking to make the most of limited opportunities there.
Yeah, half a chance. Nothing more than that for me. Deep crossing. There's a lot to do there for Rooney. Makes a decent run. Gets the right side of Hannigan. Well, you make the changes, you try and hope for the best and hope things happen for you, but I have to say at the moment, 34 minutes into the game, Dan, they've been absolutely awful. Been beaten to everything, no real quality in the final third, being run in the midfield, and that's been the issue. Every time they've had the ball in Altringham's half, nothing's really happened from it. You need more from them now.
10 minutes left in the first half here. Things continue as they are. There may have to be something of a rethink the Solihull Moors dressing room. Side flag up on this occasion. It's fascinating to see how the likes of Piers, Bagley, Hancock and Walker are linking up.
Certainly has options on the bench. Danny say Sabari, we know that can come on the chain. You know, got Dallas leading in the line. It could just be a different out ball for them. Ball can come into the midfield in the central position, in the attacking position as well. So as poor as they've been, they've got options on the bench to try and change things up. They can go changing the shape as well if they need to.
Donowa, put away by Senior that time. Williams. Hancock has room to turn and pick a pass. Piers. There's no doubt about it. It's definitely Josh Hancock that's been the most influential player out there so far. Altringham's top scorer in each of the last 2 seasons, but just pulling all the strings in that midfield at the moment.
No, he's been brilliant, that really has. I mean, what we saw of him last season, just that influential player in the final third that, you know, for me is absolutely brilliant. He's a real nugget in Phil Parkinson's side.
Maycock passed just behind Jordan Cranston. BT Sports' next offering from the Premier League is a big one. Comes from the King Power as Leicester City host Arsenal, both resurgent in recent weeks. Also on Saturday, our next offering from the National League is the game between Barnet and Aldershot. Bees against Shots. Coverage as ever from 5 p.m. Bagley, surrounded by yellow shirts that time. As half-time approaches, Altrincham will be absolutely thrilled with the way this has gone so far. They haven't beaten today's visitors since they were both in the National League North in 2014. Very costly mistake, or at least it could be costly. Here's Hancock. Had a good strike from him, but Solihull Moors got away with one there, Bergs.
Well, they're trying to play up in the back and they're getting caught in the midfield area. They try and play into the final third and it's not sticking. I mean, that's a dangerous ball there from Ryan. When you've got 3 players around Newton there, not really a lot to do with that. So fortunately for the Solihull Moors goalkeeper, the shot didn't hit the target, but they still have not turned up yet at all. They've been really poor so far, and I think they're fortunate the scoreline is 1-0 as it is.
There's Justin Donowa. Williams in support. He'll need a bit of help. He makes himself available. Goes back to Storer. Williams. Cross, they'll have to settle for a throw. 6 minutes left in the first 45 here. Solihull have to try and force the issue a little bit with half-time approaching. Darrell's going to hurl in the long one here. Only calling for it at the near post. Maycock has made his way forward too. Just on his throw. Howell tried to get his head on it. Maycock. He wasn't too far away. As chances go, that is one of Solihull Moors' better ones.
Now, so you wait, it's the old bus saying, isn't it? You wait for 1-2, come across the one, so Maycock almost got 2 in 2 after waiting so long for his first goal. Just gets underneath it, really. It just needs a little bit less power and a little bit more quality.
It's a product of Coventry's youth set-up, Callum Maycock. To make 12 appearances for the first team. That's Tom Hannigan that's got a problem. He's had 1 or 2 knocks in this first half. All action sort of a defender. Looks like he's picked up a few bumps and bruises already. Just be something in his eye there. Either way, it's not good. Phil Parkinson, Altrincham manager since 2017, given the job on the eve of their relegation to Tier 7. He has rebuilt the club since then, still has them moving forward. I know you're a big fan of his work.
I'm going to stick my neck on the line now, Dan, and say, for me, he's, for pound, the best manager in the National League. I think the job that he's done, the way that he's brought this club forward, the football that they play, you think the budget that he's been given, the timing, the training that he has from part-time when they go full-time, the results that he's got. I mean, I think he's an excellent, excellent manager that I think can go on to bigger and better things.
He'll certainly be thrilled with the way that things have gone in the early part of this game. They're coming off a defeat at the weekend. They lost the services of many of their players. Training interrupted. A lot of today, of course, was spent chasing players that they thought they might be able to bring in as emergency signings. All of those things will have interrupted the normal build-up to the game as far as Parkinson and his backroom staff are concerned. Cranston. Maynard to Callum Howe. Williams. Tackling by Dean Furman. I suppose you might argue that some of the players coming in tonight for Altrincham have got a real point to prove, haven't they? Understandable that they'd be really determined to make a good impression.
I'd say look at probably Tom Walker more than anything, being at Stockport, and so the players that Simon Russ has brought in. Crankshaw coming in from Bradford, a big money signing for him.
Osborne. Donowa, two in the middle waiting. I don't think it was really aimed at Newton. In the end, the final effort came in from Rooney. It was acrobatic. It was spectacular, although not perhaps in the way that he had intended.
Well, it's really the first time that Fitzpatrick's been caught down that left-hand side. So Newton does really well there to go away from the ball. I think he'd have been in an offside position when Donowa got there.
Adam Rooney knows all about how the pandemic can interrupt a career. He joined Solihull Moors in March 2020, but had to wait until October for his debut on account of the pandemic. Scored 9 goals last season when he did finally get to put his boots on. Hoping for a chance or two shortly, because I think if the scoreline stays like this, you'd have to fancy that Rooney would be one of the men perhaps to be replaced by Neil Ardley.
Yeah, I wouldn't say, substitutions can be made, players can be pulled off, but I wouldn't say by any stretch of the means it's been his fault whatsoever.
No, not at all.
But it's just those kind of balls that have gone into him have just not been hit of any real quality.
There he is again, Rooney. Battling hard, but trying to do it all on his own at times. He's had to. This was by Senior. Had a bit more possession, Solihull Moors, in the last 5 or 10 minutes, but nothing that will worry Phil Parkinson too much, I shouldn't think. He'll be a bit more concerned, though. 4 added minutes to be played here. We did have a couple of lengthy stoppages for injuries, head injuries and the like.
I think when you look at Neil Ardley, you look at Solihull Moors in this first half so far, Dan, you can go in a goal down, but you can almost see, right, we've got positives come out of the first half. have we created stuff in the final third? Have we passed the ball well? Have they scored a good goal against us? And you kind of analyse all of these situations. I can't think of one positive in this first half that I've seen from his side that you can go into the second half and say, we need to keep doing that we create opportunities. It's as poor as I've seen them so far. Really have been so poor, off the mark completely.
Storer. Well to hang on to it. The challenges are flying in at the moment from Altrincham. And Solihull Moors are struggling with the pace of it all. Jake Malt brought down there.
I've seen many a game now in the National League, and the biggest thing I pick up for it is just work rate. Who's working harder than the other side? And just at the moment, you look at Phil Parkinson's team on the front foot, they're winning those second balls, they're keeping the ball better. I'm sure Neil Ardie will have one or two things to say at half-time. They can't just change this around going into it now.
Bagley. A shot away, but a comfortable save this time for Ryan Boot. Rooney really stretching for that one. Maycock was there to help out. And now Howe finds Williams. Starting to get things together a little, Solihull, but as you can see from that Tyrone Williams pass, it's still not quite happening.
I'm a big fan of Neil Ardie's and the job that he's done at Notts County and what he's done at AFC Wimbledon, all those situations that he's going into. But I just think this first half, what I've seen so far, I'd be amazed if he doesn't come out at the start of the second half with the change.
Lovely, of course, former AFC Wimbledon manager and a player for the original Wimbledon. I just wonder whether he and Matthew Gould might know one another. Storer will take this free kick for Solihull Moors as they desperately try and take something into the interval. At the moment, all they're taking into half-time is frustration, mainly at themselves. They've not really done themselves justice so far. Storer, a hanging ball from him. Howe is always the target for those. Once again, Altrincham hook it away. Osborne and Newton that are making a nuisance of themselves on the edge of the box for Moors. That will be a free kick. Tom Walker brought down by Callum Maycock, who gets the game's first yellow card.
It's that poor first touch, wasn't it?
All in all, it is a job well done from the Robins in the first half of this one. Their preparations were completely torn asunder coming into this one, losing the services of half of their first team squad, having to sign players on an emergency basis. One of them, Barry Bagley, has got the only goal of this game so far. His first in senior football, the first that Solihull Moors have conceded in nearly 8 hours of League and Cup football. It's an extraordinary story at Moss Lane at the moment. Half-time score here, Altrincham 1, Solihull Moors 0. Half-time analysis coming up, but first, a quick break.
Welcome to the King Power. Come on, you Gunners.
Let's get it started.
Get it.
We don't want this. Go VT.
That is absolutely brilliant from Arsenal.
Foxes never quit.
Bring it on. This game, we hear that.
What's that half? We play on BT Sport.
Watch Leicester
Against Arsenal on BT Sport.
there are little things we can all do to look after our mental health.
A short walk works for me.
I talk about my worries.
I'm trying a new hobby.
I do something for myself.
Search Every Mind Matters for a free mind plan to see what works for you.
For me, one of the best things about life is that we keep moving forward. We discover exciting new technologies, redefine who we are and how we want to lead our lives. Basically, we choose what we want our future to look like. So what's yours going to be?
Great. There's no way we can go to my parents' anniversary dinner now. Babysitter's just bailed. There's not a single other person free. Zero.
Sometimes zero is good. Like with eToro. Enjoy 0% commission on stock investments. eToro. Download the app today.
What's strong with me?
What's strong with me? What's strong with me?
What's wrong with me?
What's strong with me?
What's wrong with me?
Me. With me.
We can't make working out any easier, but we can straighten your teeth 3 times sooner than traditional braces. Go from this to this. Or this to this. Join over 1 million smilers and counting. No braces, no monthly practice visits, no paying a fortune. Start from home. Visit smilethereclub.co.uk.
I think you're gonna like it here.
Why is everyone...
Throwing things at me? Look, as CFO, it's my job to be ready for whatever's next. That's why I have my finance team randomly hurl things at me. It's also why we use Workday. It gives us insight, so we quickly pivot our strategy, people, planning, you name it.
Sorry, sir. I will aim straight at you next time.
See that you do. Would you like some coffee?
Workday, the finance, HR, and planning system for a changing world.
Why wait till Black Friday? Search Golden Goodie Bags today. £10 now gets you 15 gigabytes of even goldier golden data. Go golden, get even more data with U-Switch Network of the Year. Give Gaff, gives back.
Performance doesn't happen by chance. It requires dedication, effort, and knowledge. We push ourselves and others to the very edge of performance. Castrol Edge. Unlock the very edge of performance.
Shall we Bill or Baileys? Bill or Baileys? Bill or Baileys? Bring on dessert.
V stands for value to investors. Join us, Vanguard.
Using our 130 years of safety expertise to make a positive impact that reaches beyond the workplace. Your world made safer. Arco.
Here's to the straggly ones. The first ones. The hey, I look good with this ones. The black, brown, red and grey ones. The itchy ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones. And the absolutely filthy ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations and save lives. Whatever you grow, will save a bro. Sign up at Movember.com.
Welcome back to Moss Lane, where it's Altrincham that find themselves 1-0 up, thanks to Barry Bagley, a signing that was made hours ago by Altrincham. They've had some problems in the build-up to this game with COVID. He's an emergency signing, 19 years old, and his first league goal. Well, don't forget, UFC returns to Fight Island on Saturday as Jan Blachowicz and Glover Teixeira square off in a light heavyweight title showdown. A stacked UFC 267 from Abu Dhabi starts at 5 p.m. on BT Sport 2. Well, we've got our very own light heavyweight showdown coming up here, don't we? In terms of football fairy tales, I mean, we really couldn't write this, could we, Frank? Altrincham finding themselves 1-0 up after 15 minutes.
Yeah, and I think it's a deserved lead at the moment as well, you know. Obviously, Solihull coming into the game a little bit of the favourites because of the situation with Altrincham losing players on the day. But they've been at it from the beginning of the game. Obviously, Solihull started quite well and looked a little bit dangerous on the counter-attack. But this goal was brilliant. I mean, the win the ball high up the pitch, the interplay in midfield in there, the little reverse pass that's played there with a good diagonal run across goal. And the finish, he just puts his laces through it, and it's excellent.
Yeah, Scott, I know you were very excited about that pass from Josh Hancock, weren't you?
Yeah, it's a great pass, great reverse, but you think that, like, the lad Bagley, he's only signed today, and it's great that the link-up plays there already, even though he's only just come in today. Fantastic finish and a great goal. It
is incredible. It's like they've been playing together all season, and they probably doesn't even know the name of all his teammates yet, I have to say. But look, Solihull Moors did have some chances in the first 15 minutes. Jamie Osborne sent a shot over the bar.
Yeah, relatively, you know, it's an effort from the edge of the box, and to be fair to Altrincham, that's all they limited Solihull to. The two chances that you're going to see here are really half chances, long distance shots. Yeah, he gets a good strike on, but it's never really threatening the goalkeeper. So I think Neil Ardley would be in there with 15 minutes to try and sort his side out and get them going, because he would have expected more for the first half.
Well, Scott, do you think that that goal changed the game for Solihull and their momentum?
I think so, yeah. Obviously, Solihull started well, but Altrincham won't mind that. You know, if they're shooting from outside the box, Altrincham would be happy with that. Solihull have to regroup now, but they started very well, but obviously then the goal was a sucker punch, and they need to get themselves going in the second half. Yeah, you noticed that, but all the shots for Solihull are outside the box. That says a lot about the Altrincham defence.
It does, and it says that they're organised and they're looking hard to be broke down, and it's something that we spoke about both teams. And to be honest with you, when you do look at the goal, the 1-0 lead at the minute, it's taken something a little bit special, as in the move that Altrincham put together to get themselves their noses in front.
Well, they are 1-0 up as we go into half-time here. A goal from Barry Bagley, the new signing for them just hours ago, has edged them ahead. Neil Ardley is going to have to do something, change something at half-time if he wants to get back into this. Second half on the way for you next.
Mini Electric, the feel-good switch is on. Book a 24-hour test drive and feel it for yourself.
I wanted to retrain as an engineer, though starting again in your mid-30s is hard. But I never gave up. Amazon supported me. Now I'm getting hands-on experience. And they're even paying for my new qualification. With my Amazon apprenticeship, I can focus on both learning and making my dreams a reality.
We got married 13 years ago. 13! Sure, there are moments when he can drive me crazy. But this night, just us two, well, it reminded me just how good those years have been. This is the moment I think about whenever I think of him, whenever I think of us.
thousands of top UK brands pay us when you shop. And we share that cash with you. So, thinking of shopping online? Top cash back.
For 40 years, Michael Myers has haunted this town. Tonight, we will kill him.
Halloween Kills.
What can businesses do to fight the climate crisis?
I've got a few ideas.
Use wind or solar.
Do more sustainable farming. But they get me over. Go all electric faster. I'm only 6. You figure it out. What's it gonna take for you to do something? Yeah.
What are you waiting for? Climate change affects all of us.
This is your chance to do something good.
I hear they serve peckish here. That's why it's so hard to get a table. With its irresistible blend of 12 types of seeds and nuts, peckish is proven to bring more birds to your table. Birds are peckish for peckish.
Purple bricks get you sold. It's just what they do.
They're not selling my house.
They wouldn't. But they could. Sold. So the question isn't, can purple bricks get you sold? The question is, why wouldn't you use Britain's biggest estate agent brand? Let's get you sold, shall we?
Who said you need to finish unpacking to feel at home? So just take a moment and find your yellow tail.
Time for some action.
Ooh, good choice.
Well, it's a hack and it's spreading.
And do we know who's behind it?
Not yet, but we're working on it. Get 2-for-1 cinema tickets Tuesday or Wednesday from Meerkat Movies.
Works every time.
Walker. Good opportunity and a goal! And they've taken the lead! And it's the emergency signing, Barry Bagley, that's got the goal for Altrincham.
Well, Neil Ardley will be wondering what his side have to do to get back into this. They went 5 games without conceding a goal before coming into tonight. It took just 15 minutes for Altrincham to unlock that, as they are currently ahead 1-0 thanks to that man there, Barry Bagley, his first senior goal for the club. Now, don't forget, tomorrow evening, BT Sport brings you action from France as Nice take on Marseille. Coverage starts 7:45 on ESPN. So if you can't get enough of your football, you can look forward to that. But to take you through this second half, let's take you to our commentary team of Adam Virgo and Dan Mason.
Thanks, Becky. As things stand, Altrincham would leapfrog Solihull Moors into 8th place, level with the likes of Bromley and Dagenham and Redbridge in the playoff places. It would be an absolutely huge 3 points for the Robins if they could get them. Solihull Moors, meanwhile, will look for a significant improvement in this second half. They threatened very rarely in the first half of the game. Moors, one suspects that Neil Ardley will have had plenty to say to his Solihull Moors players at the break, Adam Berger.
Well, he certainly would do. I mean, what you're talking about is intensity and quality. That's been the biggest difference in the first half so far, and the quality of Altrincham. Their play in the final third has been a lot better, but they've really struggled to get Adam Rooney into the game. We're talking about a player that just wants the ball into his feet. You know, he's got the players around him in terms of Donoghue and Newton, but he has found it so difficult to be influential. You've got to play a target play, you've got to get the ball into his feet. If you get the ball out wide, then you get crosses. And we've seen with his header and his half chance with the overhead kick. But I just think the intensity has to be a little bit more better than what they showed in that first half.
Here is Rooney for Moores. Little layoff from him. Big chance. Equaliser. Less than a minute into the second half. And Justin Donowa has done the business for Solihull Moors. They are back level at 1-1 after doing more in the opening seconds of the second half than they managed in the entire first 45 minutes.
Oh, just a prime example of quality, and it's there in abundance. Osborne into Rooney, round the corner, and Donowa did exactly what Bagley did, came in off the line, but look at the determination to continue the run and see the awareness of Adam Rooney. I'm going to play around the corner for you, and you get on the end of it, and he does that so well. He's off. The minute the ball gets played into Osborne, he's off, and then he gets his opportunity and chance, and he doesn't fail, and puts it into the back of the net with a really well-taken goal.
Justin Donowa's first of the season. His last goals were a hat-trick against Yeovil in April, a 5-1 win for Moors that day. Settle for any kind of win tonight. What a disappointing start to the second half for Altrincham. They were just caught cold, weren't they, by the quality of Solihull Moors in the opening seconds. And Senior brought down here. Free kick to the Robins, who will look to make an instant impact here. Winston was the player penalised for the challenge on Senior. Clearly doesn't agree with the decision. Gary Bagley, the first half goal scorer for Alty, will deliver the free kick. Hannigan forward, so too Richie Sutton. What sort of a delivery are we going to get from Bagley here? Referee Martin Woods has got a few issues to sort out in the 6-yard box here. All sorts of skullduggery going on. Pushing and shoving. So we will have to wait for the restart here while referee Woods has a word with Kyle Storer and Josh Hancock. Bagley with this Altrincham free kick then. Only give them the go-ahead to restart the game. Good delivery too, important header by Maynard. Seems to be a real bite about this game now. All sets of players getting stuck in. It's taken Solihull Moors a little while to come to life, but they're making a game of it now.
Well, they certainly are, but I'm looking at the movement here of Donowa. If you see him on the left-hand side of your screen, he's there. And then the minute the ball gets played inside in a minute from Newton, when he makes a run there, look at his run now, he's off. And he just has to know the ball into Rooney, plays it into his field. He's probably 3 passes behind before when he makes the run. But the minute that Newton cuts inside, he's off. And it's a really well-taken run there. Great movement, great finish.
Was a college boy in the US, Justin Donowa. He first graduated to Major League Soccer and going to try his luck in the UK. He's also played international football for Bermuda. And that's an international break worth going on, isn't it? It's gone around boot. Really got something on it. Newton. Difficult phase of the game this for Altrincham. Suddenly Solihull Moors' confidence has returned.
It's completely different, Dan, from what we saw in that first half. I mentioned about intensity and quality. It's there in abundance. Completely different. Where Altrincham are asking the questions, first half, and now being asked to give the answers now in this second half. The quality was there in Neil Ardley's side, but we just did not see that at all in that first half, and now they are really in control and on top.
Pure speculation, of course, but do we think that Neil Ardley perhaps gave the half-time hairdryer treatment?
Thankfully we didn't have a camera or a sound mic, because I'm pretty sure he would have said a few words that sometimes players you need at half-time.
Proverbial kick up the backside. Here's Jordan Cranston's delivery, easily taken by Matthew Gould. In case you didn't know, when regular goalkeeper Tony Thompson got injured the other week, there was no goalkeeper on the bench, so fullback Connor Hampson had to go in goal. They're now calling him Connor the Cat Hampson around the club. It was his first appearance of the season. Had to go between the sticks. Did okay in the end. Only led in one goal, made a few saves. Can't be bad.
I saw that a few times last season. Michael Doyle going in goal for Notts County, Rhys Oates going in goal for Hartlepool, and end up all keeping clean sheets. So, as a sub-goalie in the National League, I might not be featuring too much on the bench if my outfield player can come in and do a job.
Well, you often get that situation where goalkeepers are frustrated outfield players. It doesn't seem to work in reverse, though, I don't think.
Say with the 5 on the bench, a lot of managers will go with the goalkeeper and some won't. Saw last season in the playoff with Chesterfield, James Rowe didn't go with a sub-goalie. James Montgomery gets injured and didn't have a sub-goalkeeper on the bench and end up losing the game to Notts County. So, can work in your favour. Danny Cowley won a National League without playing a goalkeeper on the bench.
I suppose it all comes down to how risk-averse you are. It always seems to be tempting fate if you don't have a reserve keeper down there. Of course, some clubs can't necessarily afford to have 2 top-quality keepers. It's Patrick. Looking to build something here. It's been a while. Hancock stabbing one forward. Maynard got his head to it. Both of these sides are heading into the first round of the FA Cup. Weekend after next. Altrincham go to Gateshead on Saturday week. Lost only once this season in the National League North. Yellow card for Jamie Osborne here. There's white.
Still at the flailing leg there to stop the momentum going forward.
Solihull Moors have a very tough match in the FA Cup at Wigan. They are very much in the League One title race at the moment. Only 2 points behind the leaders, Plymouth Argyle. Still complaining, Jamie Osborne. Is he in danger of talking this yellow into a red?
It'll certainly be aggrieved sometimes if you don't agree, but it's just the way you speak to the referee. Got to be really careful.
And now Osborne doesn't look 10 yards. He's on thin ice here, Solihull Moors man. He's testing the patience of referee Martin Woods. Decent looking delivery after all that. There's Walker. Senior timed his run well. That final ball just a touch too close to Ryan Boot, but had the right idea there, the fullback.
It's an area that probably we haven't seen from Altrincham in this first and second half. Both fullbacks, Fitzpatrick and Senior, getting forward into decent areas.
Very important challenge there. Broke nicely as well for Furman. Hancock takes over. Howe got in the way of that cross. It'll be a Altrincham corner. Bagley, the new recruit from Fleetwood Town, will take the corner. Sutton and Hannigan coming forward. Anagli's delivery, decent one, but very well taken by Ryan Boot. Supporters Player of the Year last season, the Solihull Moors goalkeeper, returned to the club in July, having initially been released at the end of last season. And of course, gone on to keep 6 clean sheets in his 10 matches before tonight. Good decision to bring him back. Fouled. Fitzpatrick doing a little bit too much on the goal scorer. And again, Donowa out to Tyrone Williams. Donowa will go across to take the throw. For Solihull Moors, his long throw is one of their key weapons. Once again, Callum Howe has drifted into the box. He hopes undetected. I doubt it though. He has been the target for all of these dead ball situations. Can't win that one. Goes back to Justin Donowa. We'll get another opportunity to hurl in a long one. Tries again. Once again, his header didn't reach Howe. And it was smashed clear by Dean Furman. There's been a goal in the game between Notts County and Bromley. Kyle Cameron with a tremendous finish, which gives County the lead.
Bromley from Kyle Cameron. He's more of a left footer than a right footer, so there's only one there for the scrapbook from him. Decent finish.
7 straight wins in all competitions. Bromley coming into tonight. We've seen 1 or 2 unexpected scorelines so far. Here's Carl Storer. He was tripped well after the ball had gone by Furman, whose challenges in the second half are risking a yellow card. It's a free kick to Solihull Moors in dangerous territory here. Jake Malt that's gone into the book for the challenge.
That's a decent challenge. A decent turn there from Callum Maycock during the challenge there from the captain. It's been chalk and cheese from Solihull first half to second half. I really have to say, performance I was expecting from them in this game. Having quality now in this second half.
Osborne and Cranston once again in charge of things at the free kick here. It's Osborne. Naturally it was Howe who was the target. He got his head on that one, but nothing doing for Moors. Osborne again. Need help. Finds it with Storer. Cranston. Donowa. Maycock now. Could spell this for Solihull Moors, as you say, Adam. Chalk and cheese in the first and second half on the away side. Offside flag up here. Certainly the away side much more threatening in the first 15 minutes of this second half. Here's Hancock for Altrincham. Rare chance for him. Got a corner out of it. Important challenge by Callum Howe as Josh Hancock got ready to pull the trigger.
That's good defending there from Callum Howe, because you get in that central position where Hancock can go on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, but what he does well, he shows him onto his left. It's really good defending there from Solihull centre-half. Again, just a warning sign. Yes, again, they do have that quality despite not really being in the second half so far, the home team.
Corner there. Oh, good header, but eventually cleared by Rooney. Some suggestions of handball there. Muted appeals, but nothing given by referee Martin Woods. A long ball to be chased, and a real tussle between Williams and Moult, who's only just got into the referee's notebook. Careful here, the Altrincham skipper. He's now sensibly walking away from the scene of the crime. Decision for referee Martin Woods to make. Just Moult with that earlier chance as well from the Altrincham corner. Not sure what's been brewing between him and Tyrone Williams, but it was certainly an unseemly coming together between the two. No further action taken, it seems, from Martin Woods. He's taking charge of his 5th National League match of the season tonight. Last time he was in charge of both of these sides, it resulted in a goalless draw. At least we've not continued that trend. He still wants a word, the referee. Taking a long time to sort out here. Tyrone Williams getting a stern talking to. Likewise Jake Moult. That's going on. We've got some changes. Double substitution for Solihull Moors by the looks of it. I saw Andy Dallas come on just a moment or two ago. And Joe Sabara, as you can see, making his inevitable arrival. Confirmation that it was Danny Newton and Jamie Osborne that made way. It was inevitable that we'd see Sabara, the top scorer, 7 goals in 12 games before tonight. I'm surprised it's taken this long. In fairness to Moors, they've certainly upped their game in the opening stages of the second half. Now, some very high caliber reinforcements have arrived. Constant tangling with Joe Senior there. It's getting a little bit spiky down there at the moment. Joe Sabara will certainly add some additional quality down on the pitch for Solihull Moors. Hasn't scored in his last 6 matches, mind you. He's got one against Boreham Wood in the middle of last month. Here's Piers. Hancock. Here's Piers. It's going to be another corner. A very important challenge from Callum Howe.
He's been really solid in this second half so far. Callum Howe, sorry. Just reads the danger well. As Piers makes the run across Maynard, and the centre-half partner comes across and reads the danger really well.
Just a throw in the end. After Howe's clearance is Piers. He's found Bagley. Senior, a mazy run from him. He's done well. He fired the cross-come shot right across the face of goal. And when he's got going, Joel Senior has been a real threat attacking-wise.
Yeah, a big fan of his, Joel Senior. Just haven't really seen him too much situation. We've seen him twice now in the second half, and this is what he can do. Just far too much so on the cross. It's probably one that needs to be kicked across the floor the more in the air, but very, very good right back.
Joined Altrincham last September, having been released by Burnley. Claret spotted him playing for Quills and Ashton and took a gamble on him, but never did get any game time for them. It's Hancock trying to find a way through. Still looks like he could be the man to unlock things for Altrincham. The game's starting to get stretched now. Both sides fully committed to taking 3 points. It's becoming an enjoyable watch, this. There's Callum Howe. Storer. Donowa. A good run from him. It's surrounded by red and white shirts. And eventually David Fitzpatrick got the better of the Bermudan. He's a track and field star at school and college, also a triple jumper for several years.
So no surprises, Dan, that the changes that Neil Ardie's made. Sabara is going to be direct down that left-hand side. When he gets into those positions, I think he'll be more direct. We've seen the goals that he scored this season already. And I think Dallas coming on now, I think gives Rooney a little bit more freedom to occupy the centre half, so he can hold up the ball. Dallas can run into the challenge, he can make short. So it gives Altrincham a different problem with the runs in that final third, where Rooney now can stay more central, be more involved, and hopefully the two around him can be a little bit more, in terms of movement, offer more.
Important challenge there for Maynard to make up for what was an underweighted header from Callum Maycock. Been a real problem that for Moors. Here is Maycock again. Cranston. An option for Maycock. Cranston again. Couldn't find a way past Senior. That's Bagley, in fact, back on defensive duty. Callum Howe. 2 minutes left in the 90 here at Moss Lane. Game very much on a knife edge. Tom Hannigan. Maynard's header. That was sharp from Cranston. The home supporters certainly thought so. I understand that there are 3,600 odd supporters here tonight, so the £5 entry certainly did the job. Cross, which Gould opted not to come for. Here's Cranston. It'll be a throw after Bagley's challenge. Cranston. It's a looking cross, really dangerous one. Maycock shot. Storer up back to Maycock, who tried the dummy. It was red on that occasion. Don't forget that we've got all of the Serie A matches from midweek across the BT Sports Network over the next couple of days. Juventus go up against Sassuolo tomorrow. It's the early game on BT Sport 1 from 5:30. There's also a really intriguing contest between Lazio and Fiorentina to follow that. As for the Premier League, our next offering is from the King Power as Leicester City host Arsenal. Both clubs coming into better form at the moment. And the next game to come from the National League is in North London, where Barnet host Aldershot. Coverage from 5 p.m. as ever. Furman took a bit of a whack after that passage of play. They last started a game in the home defeat to Grimsby at the start of the month. They might be a little short on 90 minutes fitness. Looks like a painkiller has just been popped. So the final 20 minutes here. Howe. Dallas's header. Williams. To Joe Sabara. Maycock. Sabara, he's in! He scored! The substitute has turned it around for Solihull Moors. His first goal in 7 matches. The top scorer back in business for Solihull Moors. And Neil Ardley's men have overcome what was a disappointing first half performance to lead here at Altrincham by 2 goals to 1.
Well, we've been treated to 3 goals from movement out wide that players make the runs really, really well. And it's Sabara that starts it into Maycock, and look at the desire afterwards to go with the give and go. It's a patient build-up, but then you go into an area where you go into 2nd gear, 3rd gear, 4th gear, then you're in 5th, and then you're off. And he does really, really well there. It's a great first touch. And he waits for the goal to come out, and then just casually passes it through his legs. It's a well-taken goal. Good finish. Good comeback so far from Neil Ardley's team.
Joe Sabara scored in this fixture last November. Solihull Moors won that one 2-0. Today they've had to do it the hard way, coming from behind. But as the game goes into the final stages here, it is Solihull Moors that suddenly are heading for 3 points. You have to feel for Altrincham to a degree, given the problems that they have brought into today's game, but there's no doubt about it, as things have progressed here tonight, so Solihull Moors have become stronger and stronger. And here they come again. Maycock doing a little too much that time. Free kick to Altrincham. And what does Phil Parkinson do now? It's not like he has an enormous amount to choose from down on the bench.
I'd say second half they've really struggled to carry on what they did in the first. His side is about possession and playing better in the final third, and they just haven't done that so far. But I think you do have to give credit to Neil Ardley's side, the way that they've come out in the second half and completely blown them away, hit them, blown them over, and not allowed them to play. It's been the biggest difference from what the difference was in that first half. Still a long way to go. We still feel that maybe there's a chance there for Altrincham, but it's been a good second half and a good comeback from Solihull Moors.
Well, whatever he said at half-time, Neil Ardley, broadcastable or not, it certainly did the trick. We were saying in the first half that he himself, talking about the importance of grit and determination, his own players have shown it in the second half here, dumped themselves out of a difficult position. And just over 15 minutes remaining in normal time, it is Solihull Moors who are suddenly looking for another positive result. To Richard Sutton. Flipping one wide. Walker, whose influence on the game has faded in the second half. It appears with that touch that Fell to a Solihull Moors player. Nothing is going Altringham's way at the moment. To the situation, finding Ryan Boot. I think it's fair to describe Moors as a established National League side now. It's their 6th campaign at this level since first reaching the 5th tier in 2016. They're looking to get back to where they were a few seasons ago when a 2nd place finish took them into the playoffs. How far away do you think they are, Adam, from that sort of thing?
Well, I think they're slowly getting back there. I always do think that when I look at them this season, it will be a work in progress for Neil Ardley to come in and put his stamp on his side in the way that they certainly want to play. But he certainly has a squad of players here, and he has a variety. As we've seen in the second half, the changes that he's made, they can certainly change the way that they want to go if they are losing, and if they are winning, they can grit and find things out. There's good experience in this squad. There's good players as well. I think a playoff place for them has to be an absolute minimum for them this season.
Well, if things stay as they are, this result would take Solihull Moors into the top 5. Albeit at an early stage of the season. Here's Tom Pearce for Altrincham. Deflected, and what a good save that was by Ryan Boot. Wouldn't have seen it till late. The shot from Pearce took a wicked deflection.
Well, there's good saves, and you always tell a good save. The players' reactions afterwards, 2 or 3 players went straight up to him to say well done, because it takes a wicked deflection. He's going one way, and then the ball goes the other, and a strong hand to put that round the post.
And Pringle is going to come on for Altrincham. Dean Furman removed. And Pringle, a very familiar name to fans of the EFL. Former League One Player of the Year as Rotherham won promotion to the Championship. There's Altringham's corner. Pringle will get involved here. Good challenge from him. Over the years, commentators have subjected Pringle to more crisp-based puns than anyone barring Gary Lineker. Promise not to do it if he scores. Cranston looking for options from this restart. Dallas. There has been crucial development in the game between Notts County and Bromley. Michael Cheek has got a goal for the away side. Always going to take some separating these two. And Bromley have come back to 1-1 with 10 minutes left in that particular game between the sides in 8th and 6th coming into tonight. Good news for Solihull Moors if those two take points off one another. Cranston very assured all of a sudden. Solihull Moors as Rooney very nearly broke through. Oh, and then a mix-up at the back for Altrincham. Could have been catastrophic for the Robins, that. Given the way they've had to shake up their team tonight, you might have expected more of that sort of thing, but it's been very impressive tonight from Altrincham, even though they are on the wrong side of the scoreline at the moment. And certainly they've lost their way in the second half of this game, prompted, of course, by a much improved performance by Solihull Moors.
So they've been a lot better in this second half. Neil Ardley, and their concentration now coming into the last 10 minutes. You certainly feel that Altrincham may just push on a little bit more and they could offer something on the counter.
It's Dallas. It wasn't the worst ball into the box, but no one arriving. Really was up there with him, but he was hoping for it to be pulled back. Certainly, since Andy Dallas and Joe Sabara have come on for Solihull Moors, they look a whole lot more dangerous in the final third. It's between Piers and Maynard this time. Piers is another one who played under Phil Parkinson at Nantwich. This is his second spell with Alty. Hannigan. Sutton. Winning another towering header. Adam Howe haven't done too much wrong tonight at the heart of that Solihull Moors defence. No clean sheet tonight, but a very good performance. Now at the other end, this is the goal that separates things at the moment, Adam.
So it was one of those moves that cuts in off the line nicely. It's a little give and go there. It's all about the run. We've seen 3 goals this season, this evening, where the players coming on the left-hand side and Sabara. It's a really tidy finish, and that's great for the manager when the team's not playing well. Look to the bench. Who can I bring on? And that's the one thing you would say with the strength and depth that Neil had on the bench, that they've come on and made a big, big difference.
Pringle just took the ball out of play there. Altrincham struggling now to really mount any kind of sustained pressure on the visitors. They seem to be cruising towards victory now. Would be a 5th win from 6 unbeaten matches in all competitions. Dallas haven't given up just yet. There's Joe Senior from Bagley. It's Patrick. Pringle. Wrong way. Pringle again. Molt. Back heel from him. Patrick with the ball in. Oh, a terrific effort. And so close to an equaliser for the youngster once again. Already got 1 goal tonight, Bagley. Very nearly had a second here.
Well, if this would have gone into the back of net, this would have been the pick of the bunch. Just the awareness to use the outside of his left boot there and just control the shot across Ryan Boot. He's beaten. So unlucky there.
Certainly made an impression tonight, the teenager. Parkinson looks like he's found a player there. Still got 5 minutes remaining in normal time, and that Barry Bagley chance perhaps just lifts this place. Supporters suddenly believing that Altrincham might take something. On this occasion by Hannigan. Just use up a few more valuable seconds as far as Solihull Moors are concerned. Hurry, it seems, to take this one. Storer. They're in to the last 5 minutes now, Adam. Who's your man of the match going to be?
So they've...
Howell's header. Headed by Ty Williams that time. And here's Donowa. Chipped away beautifully by Matthew Gould. That would have been Gaines' second match to Solihull Moors.
Well, he's on the front foot when he struck it, and Adam Rooney's sort of looking square of him, saying, should have squared it to me, but when you're in that position there, put your laces through it. That's a tidy save, but maybe, you should be finishing that one.
Sabara will take the subsequent corner. Cranston retains of interest, as he has with all of the set pieces, and it's the fullback that drives it in. His pass intercepted. He's still in possession here. Walker tangling with Adam Rooney, winning the free kick. Pringle. Jake Maltz. Altrincham trapped in their own half here. Time running out. From Malt this time. Starting to become a little desperate from Altrincham. Cranston's clearance for Moores. Back to Malt. Oh, between them, they've got in the mix-up.
There's the type of passes in the first half that was working well for them, where Hancock was really influential. Bagley was getting into decent positions. Walker as well. The second half of Phil Parkinson's side just hasn't quite clicked like it did in the first.
Pringle. Matthew Gould to Hannigan, who's going to pick up the pace here. At the moment, too many of these passes are taking place in the Altrincham third of the pitch. We are headed for a sizable period of stoppage time at the end of the regulation 90. Even so, Altrincham have got to get on with it. Pringle's cross. Smashed clear by Sabara. He's up there for Moores. Oh no. No, we don't want to see that. Well, Rooney sees the funny side of it, but let's not give him the oxygen of publicity. Well, it's certainly not going to help Altrincham's ability to pull something out of the fire here. It is an Altrincham fan that has run onto the pitch. Still on the pitch, in fact. The stewards are now dealing with the situation. And that will be another minute added on, I should think. 6 extra minutes will be played at the end of this one. And Jordan Cranston will restart with the drop ball. And it's got to be Solihull Moors' ball, hasn't it? Adam Rooney was in possession. Sabara. Goes back to Boot. He's happy to let fly. Donovan did well to get that under control. Altrincham back in possession. The job not quite done yet for Solihull Moors.
I certainly now just have to gamble Phil Parkinson's side. Now this could certainly happen now, being caught out of the back.
Sabara. Taken away from him by Joel Senior, who's not done too much wrong tonight. Pringle. Pringle again is getting deeper and deeper in his attempt to make something happen for Altrincham. Still trying to play their football, but at the moment they're playing it in their own half. It's Pringle again. Slightly more advanced position this time, and finding David Fitzpatrick. He took the direct path to goal. Pringle seeing a lot of the ball all of a sudden. Sutton's ball in. Oh, another good save from Ryan Boot. A brave one too. Ended up in a heat with his club captain, but this was a chance for Altrincham.
Well, he's been absolutely outstanding this evening, Ryan Boot. When it's really, really mattered. 2 saves in this second half, the deflection, and now this one. It has to be brave going in there. He stays big as long as possible. Pearce already got himself a goal.
Well, they have had a couple of chances to snatch it, Altrincham. Oh, we've got this bit of attention for Ryan Boot. It's time for you to tell me who your man of the match is.
Well, I think defensively they've had to really grind this performance out, and for me Callum Howe's been absolutely outstanding. He really, really has. Just led an example at the back. I mean, the relationship he's had with Goodger this season has been excellent. I just think there's been certain periods of this game where he's had to really dig in deep to allow this opportunity in the final third, and the 2 chances now that Solihull Moors have taken to get these 2 goals, but he's had a really, really solid evening.
Once again, the strength of this Solihull Moors defence absolutely key to another very positive result. Ryan Boot, the goalkeeper, has played his part too, certainly in the last 10 or 15 minutes or so. 2 excellent saves could so easily have led to Altrincham equalisers. Williams happy to let that one go and waste a few more seconds. Phil Parkinson understandably miffed about how long it took Williams to restart the game there. Back in action now. Hancock. And Senior. He's got to have a go at Cranston. Bradley offering support to Senior, but he found Pringle. All of a sudden the passing has broken down, the understanding has broken down for Altrincham. Seems that Altrincham are going to be unable to find a way past Neil Ardley's men, despite the best efforts of Phil Parkinson and his backroom team in even just getting a team out onto the pitch tonight. Pringle. Smashed long by Senior, looking for Pearce. layoff to Fitzpatrick. Seconds left in the game here. All the way through for Walker. It's been marshalled very carefully by Ty Williams in the second half. We've barely seen a peep out of Walker. He's on the pitch momentarily. Unexpected interruption here. Referee opting for a drop ball on that occasion. His decision. It's all gone completely wrong now for Altrincham. They've lost their composure to a degree. Could well be that they are now heading for a fifth National League game with only one victory. Started the season reasonably well, Altrincham, but understandably, given the problems that they've had tonight, it's going to be another defeat for them. Pringle. Altrincham have got to get it forward. We are playing totally at the referee's discretion here. Well, into the 7th minute of injury time. Sparrow on this occasion. I'm sure that when Solihull Moors get around to restarting here, we will hear the final whistle. A proverbial game of two halves as far as Solihull Moors are concerned. Pretty ordinary in the first 45 minutes. They looked a completely different outfit in the second half. Neil Ardley masterminding a second half comeback here as goals from Justin Donowa and Joe Sabara turn a 1-goal deficit into a 2-1 win. Solihull Moors taking a 5th win from 6 unbeaten matches and going into the top 5 of the National League. Adam, your verdict on this one?
So you hit the nail on the head there, Dan. It really was a game of two halves. Altrincham dominated in the first, Solihull weren't at it. And then second half, you just look at the depth in squad that Neil Ardley had at his disposal to bring on Sabara, to bring on Dallas, and those two made a huge difference in terms of the way they were playing with that final third. I thought, in fairness to his side, they showed great character second half, is what you need to go a long way in this league. Disappointed with the first half, but 3 points and another one on the board there for him.
Well, credit to Altrincham too, played their part in a really close contest despite all the difficulties they had coming into today. Denied the services of half of their squad due to a COVID outbreak. Altrincham giving everything, but it just didn't amount to much in the end. It wasn't enough for them to take down a Solihull Moors side who are really starting to find their form now. They look like they are going to be a very important side to watch in the promotion race. Justin Donowa doing his part, one of the changes tonight from Neil Ardley, who in the end got it absolutely right. Joe Sabara later coming up off the bench to fire the winning goal. Another good night for the travelling Solihull Moors fans. Remember that the World Series starts tonight with the Atlanta Braves at Minute Maid Park, the home of the Houston Astros, who won the World Series in 2017. It's on BT Sport 1 tonight from 1 AM. Right, let's go pitch side. Jeff is with Joe Sabara.
Joe, when the team needed a goal, you were only too happy to come off the bench and provide it.
Yeah, definitely. I think I was patient, had to wait to come on, but I thought the game was opening up and I just thought if I get my chance I got to take it, and luckily I did.
And was there any frustration for you being on the bench, being that you've scored 7 up to that point this season?
Yeah, I think we've got a great squad though. I think whatever team we put out, we've got a great chance of winning. I think I've missed a few chances the last few games, so I was just relieved to see it hit the back of the net.
And you're right, versatility in the squad is really there for everybody to see. There's so many ways that Solihull can go about picking up 3 points in each game. Really, when it comes to that squad, is there any excitement around what you can achieve this year?
Definitely. I think you look at, I think the start of the season we were missing some big names, but I think we've got pretty much everybody back. A few illnesses today, but you look at the squad and I think it's right up there in the league. And I think we'll give everybody a game and hopefully we'll get the 3 points.
We give credit to Altrincham. They've had a very unsettling week. They've had to make some emergency signings and they gave you a fright in the first half.
Yeah, I thought they were a really good team. They play a really, really good style of football. But yeah, I think we just really need to get the 3. You've got to play whatever's in front of you. And luckily I think they've had a few people out and we've took advantage. You got the 3 points.
Congratulations on a winner. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Well, there we go. A win for Solihull Moors. They take all 3 points tonight. Joe Sabara back amongst the goals. We're going to round up this game and tell you what happened in the rest of the league after this break.
You keep rapping. You're talking about my mom, so you pass that line right there. And you a drug key. Lies. He's a cheater. You don't know my level. Still undefeated. People cheat out of fear. I'm ready for this. My life's work coming down to one moment. You wanna see something special? I wanna knock out these guys. See you November 6th.
Get a wild box for $3.49 and feel like a big deal.
Play Set for Life from the National Lottery and Smash Life. Win £10,000 every month for 30 years. Play Set for Life on app, online and in store. Smash Life with Set for Life from the National Lottery.
Tax payroll and cash flow. Taking care of finance stuff. Into it, QuickBooks.
Performance doesn't happen by chance. It requires dedication, effort, and knowledge. We push ourselves and others to the very edge of performance. Castrol Edge. Unlock the very edge of performance.
Roughly 70 million trees. That's the equivalent in CO2 savings that Britain could make if everyone got a smart meter. Hello, little friend.
Search Get a Smart Meter today.
The big games are here. Big challenges. Big moments. Big goals. And big, whatever that was. And with Coddle's free-to-play football Super Series, this week's big game just got better. Predict match stats, and you could win free bets, £50 cash, and a share of our £25,000 monthly jackpot. Football Super Series, free-to-play every week from Coddle.
I have lived 1,000 lives.
Are you feeling okay?
I am every one of them, and they are me. I have been the future she fought for, and the future they dreamed about. I have restarted hearts and resuscitated hope. I have been newfound strength. I have been John's second first step, and I have been the present in someone's past. I am midnight and the morning light. I have moulded amputees into athletes. I am the pupil, the teacher, the leader. Don't just live your life. Live 1,000 lives. We are the NHS. We are recruiting now. Search NHS Careers.
Let's get into it, Peloton.
Let it flow. Reach all the way up. Find your own zone and push it. In 3, 2, 1, go! Are you ready? Woo! Let's kick off this outdoor run. Let's go, Peloton. many Peloton newbies on the leaderboard today.
Get the original Peloton bike at a new game-changing price. Now £1,350.
I play PokerStars casino games when I want a little bit of fun between everything else I got going on. That's it. No more. So take all the time out you need and set your limits. Then, and only then, will your downtime be epic.
Sabara, he's in, he scored! The substitute has turned it around for Solihull Moors.